Hi!
Hey.
We're back!
Hello.
We were talking Rose is haunted. Oh, so who wants to explain that?
I mean, probably not wrong.
So we got on the topic of Freya's papers being haunted, then Freya's being haunted, and then Freya's is now a ghost. Oh, we have tentacles and ghosts. The house is haunted now. Oh wait, Rose is the house. Rose is haunted.
Then I got into phasmophobia. But yes, as Frias and Various, as you kind of head down to find Flix, you find him amongst a ton of cloth, craft supplies, and stuff like that, working on this elaborate costume. And he seems to not notice you there.
Flix? It's the most beautiful, beautiful costume. It makes all other costumes look like garbage.
Flix?
Huh? What?
Frias and I are planning to go to water very quickly. If you want, you could come with us, or you could give me those blue chips and I can take care of your debt for you.
Yeah, I'll come with.
All right.
I'm still partly drunk. It's all good. I got liquid courage running through my veins.
Flix?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm good. Let's go.
No, Flix. I'm going to make a very serious request to you.
Okay.
Would you let me and Frias do the talking?
Maybe.
Please.
But you don't know Glacia.
I don't, but I do have to meet him.
He could try to hurt you, though. He gets very uppity. Don't insult his nose. His advisor gets very uppity if you do that. He might just flat out shoot you.
I won't. But we need to take care of something for Frias right now.
Okay.
And it's very important. And I have something
I
I
will
need
put on-
afterward.
I'll put on, and puts his hand over his face, Masira's face.
All right.
And he's
We're both going to let Frias do the talking. Is that okay?
Frias, you've got this.
All right.
Bardic inspiration.
And I'm gonna Bardic inspiration her.
Huh? How long does Bardic inspiration last?
I have no idea.
Well.
10 minutes. I will Bardic inspiration when we get to Glacia.
All right. Let's head out then.
It's a pep talk.
But first things first, I'm going to put on my new costume. So I'm going in there as Rodrigo Rodriguez III.
Oh no. I mean, technically it's not Flix.
Exactly. Not handsome, amazing advisor. He's off doing advisor things.
Now, let's go on. And please.
You guys can be my new groupies. Perfect.
Okay. We need to be serious. This is actually a matter of life and death.
Whose life and death?
Ours, Pride's, they're Frias's friends.
I thought we were just paying off a debt.
Well, we're not. I said that we were going for multiple reasons.
I didn't hear that part.
Okay.
I heard we have to pay off Flix's debt, and I'm like, that's very kind of them.
We all have things we need to get done in water. Now, can we go?
Shouldn't we bring the other two with us just in case?
I think that Tiberius might be upset with certain things.
Tiberius is always upset. He's in like a perpetual state of being upset. If he wasn't upset, then I don't know, he'd probably be dead.
Let's just go and feel out the water and.
I see what you did there. That's called a pun. Oh, you're such a good pun. Hey, I rhymed.
Unintentional pun.
All right. So, Various is going to start towards the door. Frius is.
No, pun.
Damn it!
Yeah, unfortunately, phone call came up. Sorry, I missed a lot
okay.
of that.
It's okay.
No worries.
Flix is coming, but he's going to be taking on his new persona as
and he's
Rodriguez
promised to let Frius do the talking.
Oh no.
Which a promise is important from a fae.
That's right. But Flix is drunk, he doesn't care.
This is true. This is drunk Flix. He's not running off of Fae orders. He's also Rodrigo right now, so I don't know what's going to happen. Rodrigo hasn't decided what he is yet, so anything's possible.
But as you guys head out the door, we will be turning the camera back to Rose and Tibbs as they finally make it to Amadeus's island. And the puffle sheep kind of float down onto the docks and land.
Tiberius is going to get off without a word and just kind of give a bit of a stretch.
Rose will also hop up there and then look back over to the puffle sheep. You all wouldn't mind hanging out here for a while. We just need to do a few quick errands.
And one of them kind of just stares at you before going,
Alright, cool. What does
I'm sorry, do you speak the language?
It's a thing called inflection.
I think you just made Jin choke on something.
Understood, magic. Let's go.
You okay, Jin? But, yeah, you guys begin to head up the sort of mountainside walkway that you've gone through a couple times now. And eventually you do make it to the cavern entrance. And unlike before when the first labyrinth was there, it leads you straight into the cavern, which is an easy jauntily jog to the manor itself. And as usual, you find the doors are wide open. The library's in the exact same disarray as it always is in. Still a mess. Still has that musty smell of books. Nothing's really changed.
Amadeus!
You don't get an answer.
Anyone home?
You just... As you call out Rose, anyone home, you do hear a door open further in. So someone might be home, but they might be further in.
Oh, yeah, I think... Yeah, let's just keep going in, Tiberius.
Tiberius is going to follow.
Okay. Do you guys want to head upstairs? Do you want to go to the downstairs? Which way do you want to go?
Kitchen.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Just straight to the kitchen.
Yes.
Okay, well, Tibbs kind of just walks right past you, Rose, with the mission in mind, obviously. He's gonna head upstairs.
Rose will go ahead and follow.
And you kind of go into the kitchen / meeting area that you've been to a few times now, Tibbs. And indeed, this would be the door that had opened because it is wide open when you come in, and you see 3 figures seem to be conversing with a 4th figure at the table over breakfast. And most certainly when you enter the room, all 4 look up. You recognize all 4 of these figures. One is Amadeus. He looks very tired. He's got severe bags under his eyes. One's Leo. You've seen him before. The other is Styx, who looks to be bandaged up a little bit, a few band-aids here and there. And the other one is a wind primordial you've only seen briefly because it was accidentally summoned when you fought the three-headed chimera. It's Kohana.
Oh. Oh.
I had nothing to do with that, so it's fine. Ah, there you are. He kind of pulls up the book and just throws it on the ground. Returning this.
Amadeus kind of blinks, takes off his glasses, and rolls between his eyes like he's really tired. It's like, thank you.
Yeah, I know it looks like we probably caught y'all an odd time, but actually that we're here for more than just returning the book.
Yes, of course. What is it you need?
I believe I have a certain creature to retrieve as well.
And you see Styx actually look up with the kind of gritting teeth, like, it's about time. I decided to lock that thing in a nice little crate. I made sure to put air holes in it, but it's in a crate, you know? That thing bites a lot.
See, Rose? A containment field.
Yeah.
Head into the room across the hall. It's in the box. It's probably shaking around, making a bunch of noise. It's been a little pain and he sits down and kind of drinks something from a can looking thing. It's probably coffee.
Right. I do appreciate you watching over it. And then Rose will rummage their belongings, and then we'll produce the papers from that Various had pointed out, or was it Various or Frias? I forget.
Freya's pointed out.
Frias,
It's both.
yeah,
It's both
It's just
papers.
pages.
the
Yeah.
pages,
Yeah.
right?
Damaged pages.
And yeah, one other thing, we
That's what they are. Oh, hand those to me. I can take care of it from here.
right, and we'll hand them over to Tiberius.
Tiberius is going to start mending the pages back together and reading them.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yeah, he's got mend.
Okay, well you mend them just fine, but are you sure you want to read them?
I mean, if Various is reading them, then obviously he can.
You're mending all the pages, right?
Yes.
And reading all the pages.
I don't see why not.
The pages that aren't already pre-mended are not in the stack, by the way, or at least on Freya's half.
So how many pages are there?
Just the second and third of her stack.
So
Yes,
And whatever
and three
Various has.
from Various.
that's 5. Uh-oh. Okay, so as you begin to mend the pages, you pause for a second, Tibbs, as you smell gunpowder.
Have I ever smelt that before?
Perhaps.
Roll for gunpowder knowledge.
I'd say it's more a case it almost smells like something's burning. That kind of sulfury smell.
Would Rose smell it?
Is he still in the room?
Yeah, Rose was. Did Tiberius?
Yeah, you're starting to smell that, so I need you both to make dex saves.
Wait, what?
Dex saves, please.
Yo, that means I saved the house. By rolling really lucky.
Dex save.
As you begin to mend the pages, you finally mend all 5, but you start to smell a weird smell, and then you start hearing hissing coming from between the pages as the pages erupt into a magical arcane bomb that erupts for... Actually, I need to make dex saves for everyone in the room, so I need to do 4 more.
Oh no.
It's okay. They're super powerful. They'll be fine.
Amadeus has a +2. He fails.
Oh, dear.
Ko has a +4. He succeeds.
I'd also like to point out that this is also Freya's fault.
Styx has a 3. He succeeds. Jin, do you want to roll for Leo? He has a plus, I'd say, 3. He's pretty dexterous. He failed. So we got 1, 2, 3 fails.
A nat 1.
No one was prepared.
Okay. But you just see this rippling of sort of a mingling of sulfuric and arcane energy just erupt from these pages, shredding the pages in the process and blasting all of you back. You blast the 4 at the table back 5 feet, as well as you 2 5 feet, but I believe it's 16. Tibbs, Amadeus. No, it's Styx. Okay. Styx, Co, Tibbs, and Tibbs, you only take 8 points of damage, but everyone else takes 17 points of arcane damage. Which is poor Leo. Amadeus, he gets blasted back and thrown to the floor, and so do you, Rose.
Boy, am I glad I separated those pages.
And Styx kind of groans as he pulls himself up to his feet, kind of arcane static kind of jolting around from him. Ko groans as he kind of begins to pull himself up too, and Amadeus is like, oh, trapped, of course. No surprise.
Leo's just
trapped.
Is just still just flat out on the floor.
Oh.
Rose starts to recover from the shock of it and sits up.
Where did you get those papers?
Reyes.
And where did they get them?
Those
Good,
were in the Wind Temple with the guild setup.
If they're from the guild, that means one of them was probably booby trapped. They probably figured someone would get a hold of them and try to fix them. Ow.
Oh. Yeah, lucky us. That. Right. Well, there was more than those, but they didn't get set off, so I guess we got the lucky.
It was probably
pick
one.
there.
Yes, it was probably one among the pile. I wouldn't be surprised. Ow.
Is everyone all right?
Ko kind of will nod his head and's like, yes, I think I was able to brush off most of the damage. Styx just kind of snarls and gets back up, dusting himself off.
Leo's just still laid out.
And Styx is kind of gonna walk over to him and kind of nudge him by the back of his shirt before trying to help him up.
Oh,
It's not my fault.
I know it wasn't. We just got played was all. Why, you know what, I can probably help out a little bit with those wounds if you can give me about 10 minutes.
No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I didn't mean to have your breakfast end with a bang.
Yeah, let's just say that there's a lot of broken plates, a lot of spilled coffee, food everywhere. Yeah.
Terribly sorry. It wasn't on purpose.
Well, from now on, Tiberius, right? Don't go meddling with guild items unless you're in a very safe location. They're
Oh, that was from the guild.
They're known for booby trapping their knowledge. Especially if you don't have the proper tools and spells to disable them.
I will take that into consideration, but I will say once more that no one informed me that these pages came from the guild. They merely gave them and said that they had to be put back together to find out what the guild was up to.
Well, I think that one's pretty obvious, but... Is there anything else we can help you do? We need to sort of clean up.
I think that covered most of it. We'll just I'll grab the raptor and I'll leave you all. Rose just kind of starts to leave the room, just kind of half embarrassed at this point.
Oh, hey, at least it didn't go off in the house.
Ugh.
But yeah, Rose, you head across the hall, and there is a room there, and inside looks to be a storage room. And there's a little tiny box put on a table, and it's just occasionally jostling around. And you can usually see little claws kind of poking through the air holes.
Is the box itself, is it like just like, is it like a hatch in the box, or?
Yeah, there's an obvious hatch, but it's been kind of latched up. It's not so much metal latch, it's like duct tape. Like it was forcefully, kind of hurriedly shut in there. It's like this silvery metal tape, basically.
Rose is going to cut open the tape and open the box to see if maybe the raptor recognizes them.
It leaps at your face. But it doesn't bite or scratch you. It just clings to your face.
It's like, why would you leave me with these horrible people?
Pretty much.
I missed you too.
So it's just sitting there hanging off your face, clinging to it.
Is Rose still able to see around the raptor?
Kinda?
Rose
Not much.
Rose is just going to do their best with their peripheral vision and just walk back towards Tiberius with the raptor still attached.
You definitely do hear a round of snickers when you enter the room again.
You've got something on your face, Rose.
Gee,
Yeah, facehugger, basically.
Rose will attempt to gently pry off the raptor and just sort of hold it in, cradling in their arms.
Alright, so... Its claws are dug in. It takes a little bit to kind of pull it off your face, because it was literally clinging to you. So you got some scratch marks on the side of your face.
Mm-hmm. Right. Why don't we get going, Tiberius?
Yes, we'll take the slow way back. Apologies once more for the explosion bit. Wasn't expecting that.
Styx just kind of rolls his eyes at you, and Amadeus will kind of make that shooing motion with both of his hands as he's working on picking up broken glass.
And go ahead and trace our steps back then, I guess, to the puffle sheep.
Puffle sheep. And yeah, there's no real nothing really stopping you from getting back there. The puffle sheep are still there, waiting, staring at you as you arrive.
Rose that could have gone better.
Rose will hop back in, and then before telling the puffle sheep, we'll look back over to Tiberius. What was that island that one vendor was talking about?
Zephyr Island, where they made the food that you've got inside your body somewhere. Hopefully it didn't get jostled.
The moment you say Zephyr Islands, the puffle sheep take off into the sky.
Bollocks.
Are you guys on the...
Rose?
You guys get in?
Grab my hand!
Oh, I've seen this before. And we'll likewise grab on.
Door into the carriage.
Give me a strength check.
Why do I need to do a strength check for this?
To make sure you don't fall off the island.
Because you're pulling a figure that is twice your size into the carriage.
Okay.
Actually, no, I think he's more. Oh!
Whoa!
Fuck!
Okay, yeah.
The strongest
Yeah,
rabbit alive.
Tiberius.
I would say that it's well, because okay, here's something. Tiberius, you vastly underestimate how heavy Roast really is, because you're like, he's like 3 times taller than me. He's probably got some weight on him. Oh wait, he weighs like nothing, and you just yeet him into the carriage.
Okay, this is happening.
We're fine. We're just taking a trip to wherever that island was, and then we can go back home.
Right.
Jesus, didn't expect that 20.
I mean, that's fine with me.
You basically just got like manhandled there, Roast, like yeet.
Well, it's better than being stuck there after that whole explosion bit. You have to talk to Freyas about that.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll be charmed to hear.
What, that the entire book they sent us with got blown up?
Yeah, well, I guess at least we got something from when Frias was working on that back in the house.
So, shall we continue traveling in silence then? Not talking about traumatic events or anything like that?
I'd like you both to give me a random 1d20.
Please no.
No.
Okay.
Good luck, guys.
Oh no!
Jinx!
As you're kind of moving along, you actually hear a bell off in the distance, and this is very similar to the Vietnamese kind of boat markets. And as the Buffalo Sheep are moving along, you actually come to what literally is a floating market as the Buffalo Sheep kind of take you through it. There's a bunch of food there, wares and stuff like that, and they kind of slow down for you. So this is obvious something along the main route that they've been trying to do.
Oh, this is oddly convenient.
And there's all kinds of vendors. They are literally on floating boats in the middle of the sky. There's no islands.
Rose is going to look for a food vendor, preferably one that has a lot of vegetables on hand.
And there's several. You start to come up to one that has a lot of fresh vegetables on it, such as like almost cauliflower-looking vegetables, but they look a lot lighter, almost cotton candy-esque in a way. There's some that have greener vegetables that are definitely darker green than you might expect. They're more of a color of jade, considering what these islands look like. It's no surprise. You see carrots that are probably as big as Tiberius. You see massive radishes on some of them. Are you looking for cooked vegetables, fresh ones? Because they got it all, it seems. A lot of vegetables, and there's also a lot of noodles.
I would say looking mostly for fresh vegetables in that case.
Okay. And you can easily find a few. In fact, as you begin to eye one of the vendors, you feel the Puffle Sheep actually slow down a little bit for you. Almost as if they're kind of picking up on what you're looking at. Because they don't flap those wings to stay afloat, they kind of just float. That's why they're so slow.
Ross, why are we slowing down?
Because we're making a shopping stop.
For what?
Rose
You
will
can
just
see the vegetables.
Rose will just deadpan point towards the veggies.
Got us breakfast. Why are we stopping here? Lunch? Brunch? Second breakfast? Thirdsies?
This is so that we can get other veggies and stuff to stock in the house.
Ah, I see. You're trying to sweeten the mistake that was made so that they don't get as angry. Clever.
Right.
What would you like to get?
So Rose is going to try to get try to get a little bit of everything, but it's going to try to get I would say if they have enough, maybe like a week or two's worth of veggies.
Okay, and as the vendor is kind of understanding what you want, they kind of ponder for a bit and they offer to basically pack up a crate and send it to a specific address, since your carriage is a little small.
All right, fair. Rose will provide the home's address then.
Okay, and the vendor seems quite pleased with that. And they say that their stipulation is that when the shipment arrives, that they are aided with in bringing the order into the house.
Mm-hmm.
And it should arrive within 3 hours.
All right, well, that seems fair enough.
So you got a week's worth of fresh vegetables. Woo!
Yeah.
Knowing the way barrier seats and the stress factors that are here, it'll only last 2 days.
Yeah, we will then. Let's say this little endeavor takes a little bit more than a half an hour, and eventually you leave the Sky Market. And the distance to the Zephyr Islands is actually much closer than the main island. So eventually you arrive at a chain of what looks like 5 islands, kind of kept together in a ring of clouds and connected via bridges. And the one thing you notice here is that about 4 of the 5 islands is all farmland, and it's like tiered farmland too. It's really cool looking.
Oh, good. Lowborns.
So basically, Varys would be at home here.
Yes, White. He'd probably enjoy putting his paws in the dirt and enjoying the mud squishing between his toes.
But the Purple Sheep eventually begin to slow the descent into one of the docks of the 5th island, which has the main house on it. It's a pretty nice looking house, actually. Like, it's got several stories, it's well kept, it's surrounded by gorgeous plant life. And the one big thing is that you're probably guessing what the name of the islands is for, is that there's a soft humming from the wind here, because it's flowing through the various holes in the actual islands, like the bottoms of them, making almost a soft sound. And you definitely can see that the winds are quite strong here, but they're not enough to like blow you off.
Well, it's quite nice. I suggest we return back to home and get back there before they do something ridiculous.
We're late there.
Yeah, I was gonna just come here for veggies, but we already took care of that, so... Well, probably Rose won't even get out of the car and just look back over to the Purple Sheep. Mainland, please.
And as you say that, they rise up into the air and start heading back off. And nothing really of note happens before you return to the main island. It doesn't take much time compared to a straight trip to Amadeus' Island, since you had several trips in between. And eventually you disembark, and you're free to go back to the Foundry. Hi, Jellybean.
I don't think there's any reason for them to not go directly back towards Rose's house.
Yeah, that's what Rose was planning, just to head back to the house then.
As you guys head to the portal and head back to Rose's house, you realize one very important thing. Frius, Varys, and Flix are gone.
Rose, is it just me or are we missing 3 idiots?
Wait, did Belua come with us?
Belua is still upstairs
Belua was still upstairs.
with the baby.
Hello?
Is that what... Do you hear yourself when you say that when you're inside the house? Like, how does that work?
Just... Rose just shoots a soundless look at Tiberius, and then we'll head up the stairs. Yo, anyone still here?
Oh.
And you recognize that sound as Belua, Rose.
Rose will follow Belua's sound.
The grunt. And the sight you are privy to is Belua kind of laying on the ground as the little baby dragon is basically using it as a jungle gem. No Various, though.
Huh. Say, you wouldn't happen to know where Farius and the others went, do you?
It gives you a long look.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm guessing. I guess it's probably somewhere at least that's not too far away, since you're watching over that dragon there.
Hmm.
By the way, Rose will produce the raptor in their arms. Yeah, I should probably make like some kind of pet room for these two, I guess.
It still eyes you, and slowly raises its head.
Huh?
It raises its head, just looking at you, and then at the little raptor in your arms.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if Barry's told you about this. This was one of the oh no, wait, that's right. Belio would have been there, because that's one of
Belia
those.
was the one who found it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, duh, yeah. Yeah, I retrieved this one from Amadeus's place. Yeah, it's just how is the raptor acting right now?
It's basically perched on Rose's shoulders, and it's kind of just staring at Belua with big, wide eyes, and kind of has its mouth open, like in that defensive position. Like if he tries to get too close, he'll try to bite him.
On second thought, maybe I better just leave this one in my room for now. You look like you have your hands full at the moment, anyways.
Oh.
Rose is gonna run back to their room real quick and deposit the raptor on their pillow.
Mm-hmm. And just kind of poof. It sinks into the pillow. Doesn't know what to do.
We'll give it a kind of cautious little pat on the head, and then head back over to Belua.
Is he gonna close the door?
Yes.
Okay. Just in case this thing decides to get out and start doing stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, anyways, about the others, do you know any idea of, did they say where they were going to? How long they were gonna be gone?
Knows little, cannot feel various.
So you can't sense various. That would indicate that they're on a different plane. Oh, great. Oh, that's just great. Anyways, yeah, me and Tibbs are back here now. You have fun with the little Drago there. Then Rose is just gonna run back down the stairs to Tiberius.
Who is closing his room door.
Yeah. You actually see him come out of his room, Rose, and close the door.
Ah, Rose! Did you see them?
No, just Belua apparently doing babysitting duty for the dragon.
Any idea where they've gone?
I know they're not in the Foundry, at least.
Give me a moment. I will try and locate them. So this is going to be a
Okay.
performance roll.
Oh no. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty darn good.
He's putting on a little act of scrying and being like, there's somewhere with water, somewhere people dressed like strange suits. It's cold, wet. I think they've gone to water.
Okay, so first of all, has Rose ever seen Tiberius do scrying?
No.
I'm sorry, but Rose's first reaction is to try to call BS on that.
Insight check.
Yep.
Oh! Yeah, you're smelling some bullshit here, Rose. Some big time BS. Also, I'm gonna move you guys back here. Sorry. Yeah, you're smelling some serious BS in this. You know he's acting.
Tiberius, I've seen enough of your magic by now to know that as much as you like to, that's not exactly in your repertoire, is it?
No, but I figured I'd give it a try. They've gone to water.
What makes you figure they would have gone to water, especially, without us?
Well, let's do the basics, shall we? 1, Flix owes a lot of money to water. 2, Freys is a bleeding heart and will help anyone who she thinks she could give any kind of assistance to. 3, Various probably has some kind of ingenious idea to pay this off. There's also no other place that they would go without us. Perhaps Glacia came to collect the debt on Flix and he's being held hostage and they couldn't wait for us. And as we dilly-dally here, he could be being tortured or something worse. Though I guess as a Fae, that wouldn't be much of a problem for you, would it?
Ooh.
Now, here's a question. Is Tibbs feeling any actual concern right now?
Shut
A
up.
little. Actually, in fact, as you're mentioning this, Tibbs, you have this itching feeling on the back of your neck. There's just a little bit of antsiness crawling into your stomach right now and kind of making you like, well, maybe they are in trouble.
So I suggest we go as quickly as we can to make sure they're not being killed, tortured, or otherwise inconvenienced in some way.
All right.
Hey, some of the shit I just make up on the fly. You can't fault me for that. Most of D&D is improv.
99% of D&D is improv.
You're not wrong.
Let's just get over there before they end up making an offer they can't refuse or something. Just let's go.
I like how you guys are worried about Various, and yet Various is getting the best at navigating some of this stuff.
Well, okay, Rose doesn't know that Flix won back the blue chips.
Neither does Tiberius.
They don't know that. They also don't know. Well, actually, Rose might remember, but Various knows that they had 2 little birdies go on ahead of them to talk to Glacia.
Mm-hmm.
So as you two rush out to head to the water district, we're going to turn the camera to Various, Freyas, and Flix, who have now made their way into the water district already. They are at the portal.
I feel real bad for that cameraman. They must be getting dizzy.
Oh yeah, they're real dizzy. But you guys are about to head through the water portal.
Yep.
Freyas, you know what to expect. Audius has told you this place is literally completely underwater, but your sigil stone should protect you by giving you basically a water-breathing shell. Flix, you've been here a few times. You know what to expect. But at the same time, you're feeling a little scared because, again, this is Glacia's turf, and he's scary.
Yeah, but I'm drunk, so...
You're drunk, but you don't care. Liquid courage.
Liquid courage, baby.
You have no tool to expect, but Freya seems to be reassuring you that it should be fine. And Flix just jumps through the portal, as you guys are discussing that, probably.
Various also steps through.
Okay. I gotta find some water ambience. Hold on. let's see if this works. Back commands. Ah, god damn it. Rhythm's being a butt. Hold on.
Tech issues. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. No, it's 9
So-
hours.
Yeah, Rhythm apparently can't play something that's longer than 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, love this one.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
use
a
this to get to
new-
sleep.
And a new background. You
Ooh.
guys, as you pass through the portal, for a brief second, it feels like you're floating in water before your feet are pulled to the kind of flat but partially broken ground below you. It's obviously been pavement at one point, but it's more broken and brittle. Up ahead of you is just a huge expanse of endless water with no surface, various shapes of coral, ravines, as if you're on a lively ocean floor. You can breathe here, surprisingly. But as you look over your bodies, you notice that there is a film over it being basically exuded from your sigil stones that's allowing you to breathe and essentially walk as if you were not being impeded by liquid at all. It's cold, but you don't feel wet. And far in the distance, you see a dome of a massive city far away. The pathway you're currently on is coming from a slightly broken portal. The portal is still active, but the frame itself is broken in various places. Old, weathered, covered with coral and barnacles. The path is very similar, and it winds through the ravine up ahead of you. Welcome to the plane of water.
As Various comes through, there's a moment where there's a slight bit of panic before he realizes what's going on. Takes a deep breath, lets it out. That's what that roll was for, was to see if he panicked. And then he... All right. Prius?
She seems to be getting her bearings too. Just like, okay, breathing. Good. Don't need to waste magic. Looks down over at Various.
We all have reasons that we're here. We both have friends that we are trying to take care of. I will be following your lead after you have done what you need to do. I have my own thing that I must bring forward, but for now, you're in charge, and I will back you up. He folds his hands behind his back and straightens up.
Flix, what are you doing? How are you acclimating?
Flix is just gonna wander behind them because he did say he was gonna let them do the talking. So he'll only pipe in if things like that they're getting out of control. So he's gonna see what they can do first.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Freya's-
imagining he's also just like, ooh, my wings in the water. This is weird, but great.
I just imagine like seahorse like
Yeah, there's a ton of marine life just going all around you, like in the coral, swimming past. It's kind of surreal almost.
Yeah, he's
This
also
place
like
is-
thinking of new music in his head.
And this place is actually incredibly beautiful. Like you wouldn't expect it from a plane that is synonymous with like crime, darker dealings, and a plane that many people fear. But
That's Las Vegas.
It's basically that, but it's also this case of that's kind of water in a nutshell. It's beautiful, but it's also deadly.
So Various is gonna follow Frias.
Okay. And Frias, where are you heading?
Freyas is actually kind of frozen in place for now because she knows what she has to do, and seeing as how the other notes were having problems, she hesitates and looks around for a little bit first.
Mm-hmm. And you see lots of ravines, some that go deeper than where you're standing now. You see various types of fish that you've never seen before. You see massive shadows far away up above you, just going through the water. And you, funny enough, your vision's amazing, but you cannot see any ripple of a surface. You can see light filtering down, but no surface. It keeps going.
She looks around for a bit. Finally looks down, looks over at various inflicts. I've never really been much of a leader besides when I'm alone. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little afraid of possibly checking on what would be next.
Sometimes we must face our fears directly. Otherwise, how will we make any progression? We all dread things, but we can't move forward without confronting them.
Okay, they're taking too long, so I'm going to Glacia's palace.
He's gonna start
Flix!
walking. Yeah, Flix just starts walking past you guys.
Flix!
It actually looks like Freys was grabbing her backpack for a second, notices Flix, kind of sighs in relief and starts following them.
Okay.
So it looks like we're making a beeline for Glacia's palace. Yay! Nothing bad happened last time I was here.
As time passes, eventually Rose and Tibbs find their way on this side of the portal, but long after you three have already made your way into the ravine in front of the main city. So now Tibbs, this is a very alien place, but surprisingly you can breathe down here. Rose, this is your first time in a plane of water. You're primordial, you don't have the protection of a sigil stone, so it almost feels like your hair is constantly bubbling and fizzling the water around it, as if it's trying to burn it while the water's trying to quench it. It's like an endless battle.
This is unsettling.
You think this is unsettling?
You're made of fire, so I'd imagine this is terrifying for you.
Gee, thanks, Captain Obvious.
You're welcome. At least I'm thinking about your emotions. I don't know about you, but I can't breathe water.
I actually find that you're breathing just fine for some reason.
Yes, he's figured out that it's a sigil stone keeping him alive right now, so it's kind of tucked away in his pockets a little bit deeper.
Yeah, because if you lose it, it's bad. But you see no sign of the other three at the moment?
So, where would
Plus,
they have
we had
gone to pay off the
quite a-
debt?
We also had quite a head start if it took them like 2 hours to get to.
Yep, they got
Amadeus's.
much more of a head start.
Well, I'm presuming their first course of action would be the whole thing about Flix is dead because, I don't know what Various told you, but, we ran into some, individuals while we were out running errands yesterday, and they did mention about putting in a word for us to Glacia.
Why doesn't anyone tell me you're doing these things? Also, 1 second, he looks towards the horizon. Are there any explosions or fire?
No. No.
Good news, I don't think they've found anyone yet.
No, the only thing you see is a large, almost translucent dome against the darkness of the endless ocean and the shadows of tall, almost skyscraping buildings. It's far
Right.
away, but it's obvious that the city is massive.
So our best bet then would be to follow up with these people you sent to speak to someone. Who did you send them to speak with?
They were, I guess apparently Farius had some dealings with one of their kind previously. I don't know the whole details about them myself.
This has nothing to do with them watering down their drinks, does it?
I don't think so. If I had to hazard a guess, they're probably going to head towards the heart of matter, which means right to Lord Glacia himself.
Good, then we can talk about fixing their plane's problem as well then.
Yeah, lucky us.
2 snakes, 1 stone. Excellent. Which way?
Rose is going to look to see if, if there's any sort of guideposts or anything that points towards the Glacia's palace.
No, there's no guidepost or anything. The only thing you can see is a far-off city and the ravine, as well as watching the path split onto various different areas, but one mostly that leads forward. Also, Rose, considering you are primordial, I would like you to give me an Arcana check real quick.
Oh, good.
Oh.
So, as Tiberius commented about helping this plane with its problem, that brings up an interesting point. So you begin to almost concentrate and focus a little bit, since you're more in tune with the planes than, say, an outsider is. Something you notice is very bizarre compared to the Foundry. There's no wild magic here that you know of, which seems a little bizarre.
They know better than to mess with the water.
Hey, we took care of it. We flipped the switch. Everything was okay. Forget about it.
It does strike you as rather strange, however, because you know the guild was out to destabilize the planes. What was different in water? Because you know the guild is not one to leave something half done.
They've got guns.
Tiberius? Is it just me, or does magic here not feel like it's gone all tipsy-turvy?
Does Tiberius see anything?
Nope. He sees nothing.
Could be deeper in. It wasn't that obvious when we were in the fire land. Real way to find out is to cast magic, and I'm not doing that when I'm surrounded by water that could kill me if something goes wrong.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Oh.
Rose points towards the large city in distance. Looks like that's gonna be the quote-unquote capital there. So I figure that's where we're gonna find Glacia and the others.
Well, all I'm going to say, there has been no destruction, no giant creatures attacking the dome, and as far as I can tell, those buildings are still standing. So far, things are going good.
Yeah, just peachy. Let's go.
And with that, I would actually like to end the session for today because I have not completed the backgrounds for what awaits you in water.
No.
But next session, we'll be picking up as you guys enter the water capital, the capital of the plane of water, Atlantis. Yes, the Atlantis.
Man,
Oh,
I
boy.
hope really bad things happen so people forget about that book that was supposed to get mended. Ha ha ha!
I mean, at least it's not Rapture?
Just wait.
Oh no.
Are you saying that we're not going to get the sweat off of our brow?
This will be
Bi-
fun.
Bioshock
If anything,
Bullet
Rose's
New
little
Yorkers.
Arcana checks. If anything, Rose's little Arcana check should make you guys very worried.
It's
That's all I'm
fine.
saying.
Yay.
Worried because of magic or worried because of flicks?
Worried because more than likely some kind of deal went down
This is water. Deals always go down.
with the guild.
Glacey's
see.
an idiot then.
You'll see. I have got horrifying plans for this place, and I hope you look forward to it.
I can't wait to find the best place that has the best stage and best lighting and go make a fucking mint at it.
All I'm going to say is I'm sticking with my headcanon of the Union showing up and being like, "Hey, move your operation somewhere else. We're working here."